This is how Milan's direct football destroyed Napoli. In the build-up, Krunic and Tonali played important roles, since Krunic dropped back to the center-backs, while Tonali stayed in the central channels to attract the opponents. Therefore, Milan had 3 players at the back to start the build-up, while Napoli was pressing with a 4-4-2. Spalletti's players pressed with 4 players in Milan's build-up zone. As a consequence, the 3 at the back and Tonali were covered. Nevertheless, Napoli's pressure block left space behind them, and Milan's goalkeeper played smart passes to Bennacer or Brahim. These players received between the lines, and this helped Milan to progress with the ball. As we can see, Milan's fullbacks moved close to Napoli's half, therefore Krunic dropped back between the center-backs and Tonali and Brahim Diaz stayed in the central channels. The times that Krunic dropped back between the center-backs, it was to create numerical superiority. As Napoli's midfielders were trying to cover the width of the field, it was crucial the movements of the ball. This time Hernandez moved inside to create a passing line for Leao, but when Leao received the ball, he didn't have possible passing lines. For that reason, Hernandez would run to the space, and this would attract to these defenders, while Bennacer would drop back to create a space in the central channels. Leao and Giroud understood really well the movements of their teammates, and both players moved to the space that was created. They had a great combination and played with Bennacer. Giroud and Brahim Diaz ran to the box for the cross. As Giroud couldn't head the ball, the rebound was for Brahim Diaz, who made a great flick and scored. The times Napoli was aggressive on pressing, Milan played long and they tried to connect with Leao or Giroud. The players of the second line like Bennacer or Hernandez tried to win the second balls. When Krunic didn't join the center-backs, it was important the movements of the ball from Calabria and Tonali, because they attracted to Napoli's midfielders, and this created a space between the lines for Brahim or Bennacer. As a consequence, it was easy to connect with them because they performed great movements. This space was crucial on Saelemaekers' goal. We can see that Napoli is defending with a 4-4-2, but Saelemaekers is between the defenders and midfielders. The center-back played with Calabria, who attracted to Kvaratskhelia and Rui. Therefore, Saelemaekers had a lot of space to receive the ball. As the pass overcame Napoli's midfielders, Saelemaekers ran to the defenders, and with his great quality, he scored. Of the ball, Milan was smart to cover the spaces and also to start the offensive transitions. We can see that the pressure block covered the passing lines to Anguissa and Lobotka. Therefore, the only way to progress for Napoli was by the wings. Di Lorenzo tried to create a passing line for Politano, but when Napoli's players received the ball in Milan's half, they took poor decisions. This time Milan is covering the passing lines with 6 players on Napoli's half. Di Lorenzo and Rui are covered, therefore the center-backs tried to progress with the ball. However, Milan covered really well to the midfielders, and Milan's fullbacks were aggressive to cover Napoli's wingers. Therefore, the center-backs had to play long. The times Napoli broke the pressure, it was thanks to the movements of Anguissa, who ran to the space behind Milan's midfielders. He played with Kvaratskhelia. Even though Milan tried to cover him with 3 players, many times Kvaratskhelia was able to overcome these players, but his teammates didn't help him. The first goal started on Milan's half. Minjae tried to play it forward, yet Calabria recovered the ball. Giroud made a poor pass, but again Calabria picked up the ball. When he played with Brahim Diaz, he started to run to the right side to attract Kim. As a consequence, this created a space between Napoli's center-backs. This space for the pass of Brahim and this space for the run of Leao. Brahim played a great ball to Leao, who scored a wonderful goal. But also the pressure to the midfielders paid off, since Tonali recovered the ball from Zielinski. He fought for the ball and managed to play it with Leao. he received with advantage, since he only had Rahmani close to him. With his great quality, he overcame Rahmani and scored. Leave your thoughts about Milan's tactics and Napoli's errors. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching.